Hello again. I am here to show the last set of papers that have been dyed and dried. You may think, oh my goodness, how many papers do you need for one book? But that's the truth. I don't really need that many papers. This many papers. These papers have been done. When I dye, I do a lot extra. Just because the dyeing process takes so long, I do it in batches. So I'm prepping for this book, so I wanted to do a large batch, some for this book and then some to have extras. So after I make this book, I'll use the extra papers that I have and scraps left over to make smaller things and other books and journals and notepads and things like that. So yes, it's a lot of papers that I have made, but they will all go to use for something, if not specifically in this book. So here are those map pages I pulled. This is what they looked like originally. Here they are, and here's what they are now. So these will be base pages in the book. So I did quite a few of those. They came out in lovely colors. Let me get you close up to look. Close up, there we are. Actually, I'm going to stand so I can see what you're seeing here. Oh, it looks very light in the camera, but they're actually quite a bit darker than how they appear. The camera adds a bit more light onto them. And that's some interesting spotting on this one. And most of these maps are going to be covered with other things. Like I said, these are just base pages. That one's very, very dark. So much glare. Maybe if I turn this ring light off or turn it down. Let me see. Try the different modes here. No, let's just turn it off completely. Yeah, I think off completely is good. More of a natural light in here. Okay. And then after the map pages I have, hey Google, volume down. I apologize if my speaking to my Google is speaking to your guys' Googles. I know that happens. These are the pages that were dyed using the plastic placemats. You saw a little bit of that process earlier, so this is the reveal. I have not looked at these yet. I'm super excited to look at them. Let me see if I can zoom in without messing things up. Woo! There. Did it. Okay. Here we go. Ah. This was a dictionary page. Pretty cool, huh? Let's see the reverse. Mostly black. So let's see, I'll put paper over there and placemat here. So this side was touching a page, this side was touching the placemat. So that's why I placed double pages between the placemats. Oh, those came out fabulous. You can still see the words. See? I picked out M words. What does the Mad Hatter say? I have been considering words that begin with the letter M. Murder. Malice. I think I actually picked out a malice. What is this? Oh no, this is another. Oh, I picked this one out. Oh, that was just an extra. Never mind. Continue on. You may be starting to see how my brain works or hear how my brain works all over the place. 100 thoughts. Mile a minute. That's why I don't do tutorials and videos. Trying to organize that for somebody else? My mind? No. Okay, that's one side. That's the other side. Oh. This side, of course, is the best. This was a page with burned edges, one side. The other side, we've got some lace printings there, and wrinkles. Pretty. Removing another placemat. Oh, wow. I've done this method before quite a few times, but I've done it with coffee on all kinds of other papers. This is my first time using the black Rit on a number of things. Okay, these are 2 pages from a German book. Writings, a really old book. I actually want to show you the book that these came from because it's fabulous. I found it at a thrift store in Monterey. Ooh, let me tell you about that thrift store. Size limit reached. Start new video. Oh, I don't know what that means. Hopefully it still records. So here's the book it came from. Hebel. I've Googled and looked it up. It's not a very expensive book. Nothing like that's a collector and would be of high value. It's more value to me because of it's in Gothic font and it's in German. And I looked up the date. The date is not in the front of the book like, you know, most books would have a copyright and a date. So that tells me that it's fairly old. I did look it up and it was from the late 1800s. Now, no one, I suspect, reads German. If you do, good for you. But I do not. However, I find the words in the text very, very beautiful. And this is artificial marbling. Oh, phone. My phone's done something. Just a moment. Okay, I'm not sure what my phone did. But I've started a new video and I'll put these together. So back to the papers. These are from that German book. These are nearly dry. They're a smidge damp. Nearly dry. Oh, beautiful. Look at that. Oh, this one's came out very dark. Oh, I think these ones were already pre-dyed to a dark gray. So when they dyed again, they've come out very dark and lacy. You can see the grain on the placemat on that one. Oh, I just smacked a couple of sheets in here. Oh, why would I do that? Defeats the purpose. Must have been in a hurry and not paying attention. Oh, this is a fold over. Oops. Dropped my blank ink over there. We're stuck here. Sometimes things stick together during the drying process. They usually come apart fairly easily. There. All right, top page and the back of that. Bottom page and the back of the bottom. I noticed in my videos I move fast. I need to slow down. It's like being in a relationship. I have to consider the other people. So in my YouTube, I have to remember I'm having a relationship with my camera and audience and sharing. It's a sharing relationship. All right, these are the last 2. All right, and the absolute last set of papers that I dyed. Oh no, I take it back. I'll do this quickly. Set of scraps. Wedding paper, additional maps. Some red stuff. Glitter that didn't take, of course, but I threw it in there anyways. Green papers. These were scraps from a red journal I did earlier. Oh, these are still wet. They'll dry. eventually. This was white. Okay, and then this was an experiment which turned out fabulous. So I took a notebook. It was all just lined paper that I found at a garage sale, just a bunch of notebooks, and I ripped out, it was a bunch of writing and everybody ripped out all the written pages. And so I dyed the entire notebook. And it came out fantastic. Look at those edges. I'm tempted to just sell this notebook as is. A black notebook. But I want the papers for myself. Look at the center. I might hoard it myself. This is the last page to cover. Okay, so that's paper. Done. And now that the papers are all done and dyed, I am going to start putting journal pages together. We're going to start on the engineering. So let me get set up for that. I will be back in a moment. I have separated my papers into 4 piles. I've got my large papers over there, my decorative large papers over here, writing and plain copy paper and line paper there, and then some decorative paper here. So I'm just going to review the size here. Nine 9¼ from the spine to looks like 12 and a half. Of course, this ruler doesn't measure all the way. Right. 12 and we're going to call that 12 and a half by 9¼ So that's the length of our pages. So 12 and a half is our height max. Try to keep it a little under so that I can add edging if I want in this cover. But then since we're at 9¼ that times 2, that's 18 and a half. So my pages need to be no larger than 18 and a half long. Because all the pages I put in the in the book are going to be folded in half. So let me get my measuring here. 18 and a half. What's the max on this? 18. Perfect. Plus the little edges 18. So it's going to have to be no longer than this. Perfect, perfect. This is what I'm talking about. So we got 2 book covers. The spine doesn't count as length. But look, here's our book covers. Edge to edge. They're going to need to be about as big as this board, which is, this board is about 18 and a half. Perfect. And how about the height? No way. No way. It's like the same, so a smidge shorter. Well, that worked out perfectly. So let me get this down and work on constructing the large pages together. So I'm going to fan these out so I can see them in the proper directions. I like that.